Rain poured down heavily as Detective Chris O'Hara sat alone in his dimly lit office, the steady clatter of raindrops against the window pane offering no comfort. His phone buzzed, emitting a strange yet familiar tune. It was an unknown number. Chris hesitated, his instincts whispering caution. But the detective in him couldn't resist. With a swipe of his thumb, he answered the call. "You don't know me, detective, but I know you," a gravelly voice spoke, shrouded in mystery and veiled in tension. "There's a puzzle waiting for you at the docks." Before he could respond, the call abruptly ended, leaving Chris with a sense of urgency that felt almost physical. He grabbed his coat, unceremoniously tossed it over his shoulders, and dashed out into the storm. The docks were eerily quiet, only the distant echo of waves crashing against the wooden moorings could be heard. Chris sensed he wasn't alone. There was a palpable tension in the air. He fumbled for his flashlight, sweeping its beam across the dock. The light revealed an old, weathered cardboard box. Chris approached the box cautiously, heart pounding in synchronization with the rain. Inside were images scattered haphazardly, accompanied by a letter marked with a symbol, a circle enclosing a triangle. It was a symbol he had seen before, several years ago, in a series of unsolved cases. He scanned the images, each depicting mundane streets and faces. But one picture caught his eye, a picture of himself, taken recently. The shock was immediate, but his resolve heightened. The letter was brief. It read, "I am closer than you think." A riddle for Chris to unravel and a promise for things yet to come. Detective O'Hara tucked the letter inside his coat pocket, breathed deeply, and turned away from the docks. Each step was deliberate, leading him towards the precinct where his mind was now racing to connect dots that had long been disconnected. People filed in reports and briefings as he entered the precinct, none of which concerned the mysterious call, but Chris had only one focus. In his office, a wall dedicated to cold cases stretched like a mural of misfortune. He pulled out the letter along with the images, pinning them to the wall among others. The symbol loomed ominously. Night turned to dawn, and yet Detective O'Hara found no sleep. Each clue was dissected, examined, and pieced together like a jumbled puzzle under a scrutinizing gaze. Then it hit him with an obscure reference in a long-forgotten case file. A suspect who was never caught, the enigmatic Cipher who claimed to have eyes everywhere. Chris now knew he was in a game, a mind match where the rules were written in shadow. The investigation turned public. News reporters clamored for statements as officers scoured the city, piecing together fragments of the puzzle left by Cipher. As leads emerged and trails grew colder, Chris realized that the unknown number was a double-edged sword, a haunting whisper of the past intermingled with lurking dangers of the present. But he was resolute, he wouldn't let fear dictate his actions. Days blurred into nights, but the breakthrough came unexpectedly, a scrap of coded text uncovered by forensic analysts hidden within one of the photographs. Chris decoded it slowly, revealing an address, a location. But there was one last twist. He discovered it was not just an address but an instruction, a meeting ground. Armed with this final clue, Chris O'Hara made his way to the location, aware that danger was imminent. The sun was setting as shadows once more embraced the city. Facing Cipher, a man of riddles, Detective O'Hara knew that he had reached a crossroad between solving the mystery and confronting an ever-present danger. In the ensuing confrontation, truths untangled like threads fraying, and Chris discovered that Cipher was far more than a criminal mastermind, he was an orchestrator of chaos with ties deeper in the syndicates than anyone had suspected.